Hello, hello, hello. This music is so loud. Holy balls. Shut up. Okay. Just for the intro, I'll turn it back. Today's Yap session. I have a topic. Oh my gosh, I have a topic. First time in forever, because usually I just bounce between things. Topic today. The TV show Lost. It's a really interesting TV show. Be warned, I will be spoiling the entire thing. So, if you don't want spoilers, okay, I won't be spoiling the entire thing, but I will be spoiling about half of it, give or take. So, don't get mad at me. As in, like, if you haven't seen it, go watch it, then come back. If you really care about not seeing spoilers that much. If you have seen it, stay, because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about my opinions on it, and you should care about my opinions, because I said so. And if you have not seen it, but don't care about spoilers, I encourage you to watch the video, because I haven't seen the entire thing, so not even the entire thing will be spoiled. I don't think even half of it. I don't think I'm even halfway through. It's that long. But anyways, although I've heard the first half is a lot better than the second half, or the first few seasons. But anyways, the main character, let me just tell you the basis of Lost. By the way, before I get deep into the topic, today's goal: finding a diamond grindstone, getting a diamond grindstone, because I want to polish this into diamonds. So I think I just need, let me just look up the recipe. Diamond grindstone. So I just need rough diamond shards. I have that. Sticks and wood. That's easy. Polished deep slate slab. I just need some polished deep slate. Okay. I don't have any deep slate. I will be getting some deep slate. Okay. So, firstly, Lost is basically, the basis of Lost is that it's this group of plane crash survivors who crash land on an island that is super, I'll just say it, it's super weird. It is a super weird island. It is an island for weirdos. And this island has certain characteristics that make it hard. Yo, where did my torches go? Whatever, it's fine. Certain character shield, yo, and torch, yo. Oh my gosh, what the heck was that? That actually scared the balls off of me, bro. Anyways. What? Wait, where am I, bro? I need to get back. What? Where's my cave at? What? Ah, there we go. Okay. Lowcrook and genuinely forgot what I was saying. By the way, if you know Ball, I've been here before. Okay, Lowcrook and genuinely needed a better cave than that. No, I'm just gonna dig down, bro. I don't got the patience for all that, bro. But yeah, so that's the basis of Lost. It's just basically plane crash. These survivors get into a super weird island. And then some of the properties of this island include having like a protector almost of black smoke. Like this monster. So this monster, right? It kind of shows up, just scares the bejeebies off of everyone, because it sounds almost like a dinosaur. I don't know how to explain it, but it sounds like a robotic dinosaur, but it's not. I'm just telling you right now, it's not a robotic dinosaur. It is a black smoke monster that scares the bejeebies off of everybody. And yeah, and it does actually kill somebody. Oh yeah, and so additionally, the plane crash was split into two pieces: the midsection and the tail end. The very front, they found, but at least I think they found, but nobody survived. Neither the pilots or anything. Deep slate. That's what I needed. Okay. Yeah. So, and then the plane split into two pieces. So the first chunk of how far I've watched is covering the main body survivors, like the main body of the plane survivors. And then we kind of switch to, they kind of show us what happened to the tail end survivors, what they've been doing, what they've been up to. The people we're shown have it way better than the tail end survivors. I'll just put it straight up. Like, the tail end survivors had it so bad, bro. Many of them got kidnapped. Oh my, wait, did I get enough? I sure hope I did. Oh, that was actually way easier than I thought it was gonna be. That was like light work, bro. But yeah, so the tail end survivors, many of them get kidnapped. Most of them get kidnapped. They get infiltrated, and they didn't really realize until it was kind of way late. So both kind of teams got infiltrated by the others. So they put a man on the inside and tricked them into thinking that they were also a survivor, because these people never knew each other before now. And so yeah, that's kind of how the plane crash happened. And the reason that they can't leave the island is because they basically, they don't straight up just say it, but basically what happens is where did my polished, what? I had one, but whatever. What? Polish on a diamond grindstone. What? What? Oh. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I got so many diamonds. Wait, what? Bro, I got 52 diamonds. That's mental. Although I don't think I'm going to use them yet. But anyways. That's how the plane crash happened. And then what happened is like, right. The reason that they can't leave the island is because they didn't straight up say this, but the island almost has a magnetic field that I think what happens is like kind of almost pulls the waves in. And basically, if you try to just like leave on like a normal boat, it just like straight up won't work, because you're kind of subject to the tide, right? And if the tide is kind of coming toward the island, the boat will end up coming back, right? All right, and you won't really get very far, even if you like paddle, right? You can leave the island, but you have to have something that has its own propulsion. So like a submarine, a helicopter, an airplane, right? Something like that. And actually, interestingly enough, the reason that the plane crashed in the first place was because of a malfunction that happened, where the thing that was kind of almost governing the magnetic pull, you had to press a button, the infamous button. You had to press a button, and to do that you had to input a code, and the guy who was doing it passed it off to the main body survivors, and they kind of got into dispute, and this one character named Locke, he kind of got all spiritual about it and got all weird about it and was like, I'm pressing it, because I figured he was a very like strong believer, but then his faith got dissuaded by something that he saw, and basically he didn't press the button. But then what happened was they thought that the button was a joke, right? They thought the button wasn't doing anything, but really the button was keeping the magnetic pull from getting too strong or whatever, or of the island, right? It was kind of keeping it in check. So what happened was this kind of imploded the thing, and we don't really know if the magnetic pole is still there or not, but then what happened is that's how the plane crash happened in the first place, because the guy who was previously doing it before handing it off to the others, he had not pressed the button, and then he made the plane crash, because planes are metal, right? And it basically pulled the plane down, the magnetic pull of the island, which was just kind of a mental like connection to me. It was just like, bro, what? That's a crazy connection. But yeah, and this is what this kind of show is like. Super. I don't want any of this, bro. Super like a lot of ton of connections, ton of like things like that, like super plot heavy, or not plot heavy, like super it has a million plots going on. That's kind of the that's a lot of what Lost does. And it's also a really long TV show. It has like a million seasons. But they're not all good seasons. I think some of the later seasons get pretty bad. Again, that's only what I've heard. I've never seen them. So don't take my word for it. But I got so much sugarcane. Let's go, bro. That's kind of the idea of Lost, right? And there's a ton more. Like every character of the plane crash, of both the main plane crash and the tail end, kind of have a big long backstory as to like why they do what they do and why they act the way they do. They do a lot of like flashbacks. That's kind of their main thing, I'd say. So they do tons and tons and tons of flashbacks. Yeah, so let's get onto the characters, right? That they spend so much time developing. So main character, I'd say probably Jack. He's the leader. He's kind of almost like the designated leader, and he has had everybody has had a lot of trauma. I wouldn't say he has the most trauma, but he certainly has had a lot. So his dad was a terrible dad, one of the worst dads. Not the worst dad though. One of the worst dads, and like possible, honestly. He would be his dad was super into drink. Actually, his dad was bad, but not as bad as some others. He wasn't the worst possible dad. But anyways, his dad was super into drinking. Like would just go missing for many days, often places, and the reason that Jack in the first place ever went the plane was flying from Australia, I think, back to America or something like that. And the whole reason that Jack was in Australia was because his dad went over there to just kind of just run away. We show that interestingly enough, Jack's dad is also Claire's dad. They're half siblings, which is just kind of a mental connection. Well, what's really funny is this dad that Jack has is like literally everywhere. He interacts with like everybody. Not actually, but like he just pops up so much. And he's talked to Sawyer. He's obviously talked to Claire. I guess not obviously. He wasn't in Claire's most of Claire's life. But anyways, he was in Claire's life. He was in Sawyer's life. He met. Did he meet Kate? I don't know. But yeah, he was all over the place. Cause before this, none of the characters had really met. That was part of the idea. But am I gonna be able to repair this? I need to repair this. Reinforced paper, leather and oh, that's kind of. Actually, I could string a feather and some sticks. I don't think I have a feather, but maybe I'll try to get that. So, but yeah, so this dad kind of pops up everywhere. Not gonna lie. Anyways, but yeah, so that's kind of and Jack. He's a man who is he's way too attached. He's a surgeon. And he just gets way too attached to basically people he's trying to save. He's a very brave man. He's very charismatic. He's a leader, but he cares way too much. He has a bit of a savior complex, a little bit of a god complex, and that's kind of his biggest problem. Oh wait, no. I want string. From spiders. Yeah, so that's kind of Jack's thing. But here's the thing, is he gets captured by the others, right? But the others, they don't treat him. I mean, they treat him bad. They lock, at the very beginning of their relationship, they lock him in a dungeon. But I mean, to be fair, he did also lock Ben up in a dungeon, so it's kind of fair. I mean, not really, but yeah, so that's the main character, Jack. And then there's a million side characters. There's Kate, Sawyer, Saeed. They all have their own. And then there's like Juliet, Charlie, Locke, Mr. Echo. That's probably racist. Really? Didn't drop any string? Oh my gosh, so many skeletons. Like, what the heck? Okay, I'm not fighting all that. But yeah, so Jack gets a special interest because from the others because he's a surgeon. And they need a surgeon because the leader, at least he's not the top dog. They kind of mention that he's the top dog that we know of, right? He has the most power, most control over everything that we know of. So far there hasn't been anyone with any. We haven't met anyone with any greater level of authority. But yeah, so Ben and the others take a special interest in Jack because he's a surgeon, and Ben just recently got diagnosed with cancer. Well, yeah, cancer. I don't know why I said well. He got diagnosed with cancer, and he has a tumor that he needs removed from by a surgeon. And they had a surgeon, the main group of the plane, that party, right? They killed their surgeon like the dogs they are. But yeah, so they take a special interest, and Jack almost gets off the island. He gets super close. I think this is the closest anyone of the main group of the crash has gotten to getting off the island. The others have a submarine that they use to get off the island, and Jack almost gets the chance to use it. The only reason he doesn't is because stupid Locke, for some like dumb spiritual reason, is like, no, we can't let anyone leave. Nope. And then just proceeds to blow the submarine up. And I'm like, dog, you didn't have to do all that. I mean, you could have asked, but like he wouldn't have. So to be fair, there was not really probably another way to stop him. But like, bro, it's not that deep. It's just an island. Like, why, Locke? Why did you do all that, bro? Jack could have left, bro. He could have gotten off. Come back for everyone else, or loop the submarine around and cram as many people as in, or whatever, right? But, yeah. Although, actually, I think I might know why all of the main characters have these crazy backstories. I have a theory, alright? Now, this is venturing... And I say main characters, but there's only one main character, right? Jack. I'd say why the main group have these crazy backstories. I think it's because... So, the others know pretty much everything about them. They figured out... They have an intelligence person who has connections to the mainland, the outside world, and they are able to gain intelligence about them. And I think they started off kidnapping a bunch of people, right? I think that they kidnapped the people who were normal people and let them go, because I think what was it? It was like they mentioned a few times, like they need like if you were like a true believer of the island, then you could like leave or whatever. But if you struggled with belief or so I don't even, if you were, they have their own, not true believer. If you were good, then they liked you. If you were bad, they didn't like you. I think the people who were good, who didn't have traumatic backstories, who were just kind of normal people, were able to... And I mean, traumatic is not like they didn't do bad things because of that trauma, right? I think they were able to just kind of skedaddle on out. As in, like, the people kidnapped them and let them go. Yeah, so I think that's kind of my theory. Because, like, that's why that's why they kidnapped and then let them go. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea behind Lost. A lot of the stories and stuff. I'd highly encourage anyone who hasn't seen it to go watch it. It's a really cool show. Me and my family have been watching it for some time. It's a good show. If you don't know what to watch and you want something that'll last you a while, definitely I'd go with Lost. But yeah, that's about it. Lost, great TV show. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. I already said that. And to conclude this video, I realized that I forgot a major plot point. Michael. He basically, so so Michael's plot is he has a son, right? His son gets kidnapped by the others. It was never really elaborated why or what they were doing to him, which I didn't really love, but whatever. And after Michael got or after Michael's son got kidnapped, Michael was moving hell on earth to get his son back, right? So he was out here moving, bro. He was willing to do anything to get his son back. He then proceeded to make a deal with the others. If he brought them Jane, Jack, Sawyer, and Hugo or Hurley, then they would give him his son back and a way to escape. So he did that, and in the process, he killed Ana Lucia, which Ana Lucia was kind of a terrible person, not gonna lie. So that wasn't very sad, but he killed Libby. Bro, that was so sad, because Hurley had just finally began finding like love, like a person who would love him for him, and then freaking Michael was just like, let me slime out the one person who's shown you love so far, besides your mother. And even then, her mother wasn't the best. So yeah, it was so sad. But yeah, so that's really important, because that was how Jack met the others. Well, got captured and met all of the not met the others. How he got captured by the others, and how it was explained to him what they needed him to do, which was to save Ben's life through getting the cancer out. And also, I don't remember why they needed Kate, maybe, or Sawyer, maybe to make Jack do it or something. I don't remember, but yeah, and that was kind of a major plot point. Them, I ain't fighting all that, getting them. So yeah. Hey, there's my house. Man, isn't Minecraft just wonderful, bro? Like, look at this, bro. Look at it. This is beautiful. This is a sight for sore eyes. Man. Well, what's so interesting is, like, Minecraft is just so beautiful, and I think part of that beauty actually comes from the music, because the music is just so good, dude. I might actually do a video analyzing the music of Minecraft. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I know it's been done before, but hasn't been done by me before. Nah, I'm playing. But no, seriously, like, I might actually do that, because it's so powerful, and it's so, like, it generates the atmosphere so well. It really, like, there's no other music like that. Like, if Minecraft didn't have its iconic Minecraft music, I don't know if Minecraft would be as big as it is. Like, honestly. It's so powerful nostalgia wise. Nostalgia plays a giant impact in music, and in how powerful such music is, and how emotional, and how the emotional connection that the listener has with it. I'd love to be able to make music similar. I forgot, I had gone out for leather. I probably should have gotten leather, but it's fine. But yeah, and then this is a music channel, so don't be too fooled by how much I talk about. I'm gonna talk about movies and TV shows and stuff, just because it's fun to talk about that stuff. And I don't have any massive insight on anything in life, man. I'm just a guy trying to make music, how to do the things, man. Yeah, I wish I could make music that's as good as Minecraft one day. It'd be pretty rad. It'd be pretty rad. To conclude this video,